Hi, this is David from Soke Travel Adventures. Today we are doing a walking tour of Malaga, starting in the cruise port on the MSC Meraviglia on one of the last port legs of our transatlantic journey. So let's stop talking and get to it. So here we are exiting the ship and going through the cruise terminal. Nice, clean Malaga cruise terminal. No issues on disembarkment, which there usually aren't really. Just need your cruise card and away you go. Here we're walking past all of the excursion buses and that kind of stuff. People picking them up. They're always very busy here. When you walk off the ship, you go through the cruise terminal and you past the beach on the right hand side. So we always kind of pass that. It's a nice beach. We never really kind of laid out there, but it is there. And like I say, it's if you're just after an afternoon, like kind of quick pop out to the beach, it's good for something like that. There's these workout gyms there all over Malaga, really. We've used them before on longer trips, and they're very useful. So we just walk around the seawall here. It's just a lovely walk. It's quiet on this particular day. It was May 2nd. That'd be a Saturday morning, early Saturday morning, probably around 9. There you got your Malaga sign if you want to do some photos, that kind of stuff. Then we kind of circle back, and we're going towards the main fort, Alcazaba, I think. I'll just call it the fort. You'll see it in the signage. It doesn't roll off my tongue. Just a nice, quiet walk. The tiles are really comfortable. It's not like the big bricks and things like that, so it's very comfortable walking. So here we are at the base of the hill. You just basically cross over from the cruise port, watch out for the traffic, wait for the lights, and boom, you're up. And you're walking through kind of a park setting, and then eventually we'll start the climb. And this is a serious climb. So if you're not comfortable with heavy stairs, that kind of stuff, this isn't the walk for you. We were tired. We're in our 60s, and last time we did it, we were in our late 50s, and I noticed a difference. But it's still a wonderful walk. We just took more breaks on the way up. So this is really a fitness challenge. If you're not up for it, totally understandable, but we really enjoyed it. The viewpoints are really good. And I would say on this walk, we probably stopped and smelled the roses more than we did on previous walks. You know, we spent 7 to 10 days in Malaga a number of years ago, so we kind of know the area pretty good. But there's always beautiful viewpoints. So that's a nice thing. And if you look down into the distance, you'll see the MSC Meraviglia and the cruise port. So it's really nice. And again, you start up in the climb. At one point, they have about halfway up, they got a point where they'll say, okay, it's another 650 meters of elevation to go to the top. And that's the point of kind of no return. So they're saying, if you're not comfortable with that, enjoy the view here and go back down, because it's a tough stroll. Let's say that. Again, enjoy the viewpoints. They're everywhere. Just over to the left here, I think it's in this shot, you'll see the bullfighting arena. If it's not there it is right there on the left, but I have more shots of that. And just for some signage for the park. And don't be afraid to just stop and enjoy the views, because this is not something you can do in one haul. Absolutely not. Again, the bullfighting arena. Apparently, the month before we arrived, the bullfighter was gored and died in the arena, so there are risks. It's not fake. Again, let's see. There's the Meraviglia off in the distance. There was, I think, 1 or 2 other cruise ships in that day. It's kind of just the beginning of main cruise season. So the crowds you see here are probably the light and kind of beginning of shoulder season. So you're going to see a lot. I mean, this place would be just jam-packed in July, August. There's no question about it. And Old Town is over there, like off in the distance to the right. and we'll make our way down there after the climb. So that's coming up, parts of Old Town. Again, it's a tough climb. You can tell by looking at the people. They're like, it's taking something out of your legs. So stop and enjoy the flowers. Take a break. It's not an easy climb. And this particular day, it might have been 18 degrees or something like that. So it wasn't a hot, hot day. Here's the tunnel that goes. Actually, the tour buses, I think, take this up, and it goes through the hill. So that's how it gets up. But you don't really have to be on the roads. You can just stay on these walking paths and stairs and take that the whole way up. So this looks like it's on our way down. I'm not sure, but I think it's on our way down. And there's lots of little benches to sit and just kind of, relax, because it's a tough stroll. There's Frida taking a break, and this is down at the bottom of the hill. So it's all these lovely public gardens along the main road that goes back into town, and the Old Town, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful walk in through here. Eventually we go through by City Hall, where there was a wedding going on that day. That's coming up shortly, so keep an eye out for the bride. Yeah, there's City Hall. Maybe it's not in this shot, the wedding party, but they were just behind us here. I think this might be a University of Malaga building. And this is a theater, that's an outdoor theater that's there in the same area. Obviously nothing going on that day. And there's another entrance to the hill. This is the ruins, and this is just on the edge of Old Town. And there's at the end of it now, there's a trailer kind of thing, and you pay to go and walk around the ruins. So you can do that. We just continue on and went into more of the Old Town and the restaurant district, I would call this here. There's the directions to the Picasso Museum, which I highly recommend. We didn't go into the museum, but we did go into the church, I believe, that Picasso frequented. That's coming up. That's on the left up here. It was kind of a shorts and hoodie kind of day. I think I went for shorts and a light rain jacket because it was threatening rain. It's actually in the afternoon now, and it's raining out, so we got our walk in the morning before the rain started. Here's the church. I think Picasso frequented. Beautiful spot. The Picasso Museum on Sundays is free if you're around. The time we were here, it was actually free to go in, and for a photographer, there's a lot of crossover between photography and painting. So I found it very interesting. Again, now we're on our way back to the cruise ship, sort of. These are the restaurants you pass. Be aware, that's Malaga Museum. Be aware if you're a man of age and you frequent bathrooms frequently, like I do, you're going to have a tough time here because there's really almost no public bathrooms, and they certainly don't have any signage to any. So keep that in mind before you start your walk. We're really just crossing over now on our way back to the cruise ships. Again, going through the park area that we had kind of gone through before. So on the way back, these are just beautiful parks, and they're very quiet. So all the trees just absorb all the road noise and stuff. So it's just beautiful, beautiful parks, well maintained. These things are really nice. You forget sometimes how nice they really are, I think, because they're just really, really nice. This is back to the cruise port, so the water is on the right-hand side, the ocean. That would be the Mediterranean. They have these little buildings there now where they have little shops set up, so they must just rent these little buildings like that. They do something similar in Halifax, actually, in the waterfront as well. So that's always nice. Leisurely walk back to the cruise ship. There you see some of the yachts that are in there. Not the cruise ship area yet. That's just the kind of the yacht area. There you see the Meraviglia there. We just basically crossed over to the other road that leads up to the cruise ship. And the sneaky thing to look out for on these is that the walk to the cruise ship itself can add 2,000 steps. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. There's the Meraviglia. Remember to like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.